Hiya. In this video, I will be explaining how to use the Burrows designation. Burrows are really helpful if you want to shepherd all your dwarves inside your fort if there's a siege and you don't want them running around getting themselves killed by chasing down loose socks. And so, to start the Burrows menu, you need to press W for Make Burrows, located right here. And so I'll press W. And now I've got no burrow, so there's two options: add new burrow and delete. And you can't delete anything, so can't delete nothing. So I'll begin by adding a new burrow. And there are now these options. The burrow is made, but it's not defined. And so I need to define this burrow. So I'll press enter. And this opens up a larger menu. First one being name burrow. So I'll start by naming this burrow. Now, the reason why I'm making this first burrow is that I want sort of a place where all my dwarves can go to hide in case there's a siege. So I'll just call this inside, since I don't want them running about, and press enter when I'm done making that. The second is the change symbol selector. Now, if you notice above here, there's symbols, colors, and colors. And this shows what your designation will look like. So I'll begin by showing you by starting to designate my burrow by pressing enter here and enter here. This is my farm area. Let's say I want the dwarves to just hide in this farm area. But I don't like that color. I'll change the symbol selector to C, and let's say I want to make the symbol red. So I'll just press the plus sign to make it red. And now the symbol's red. And let's say I don't like the background. I'll press C again and move it to black. You can notice that when I press C every time, the X gets illuminated. And I'll change the symbol to a right arrow. Or A. A is fine. And change that back to here. So it just basically changes what your thing looks like. And you can define your burrows by using the mouse, by going X here, X there, down the stairs. But you can also do it by using the mouse brush. And there are three different ways to use three different measurements of the mouse brush. Mouse brush is one tile, click, it's one tile. You press B, it's 3 by 3, click it, and it's a 3 by 3 square. And you can go like that, or it's a round 5 by 5, and that's a round 5 by 5. The enter thing's a little easier for broad places like that, and at this point I've gotten better using keys anyway. And so that's kind of how you set up your burrow. The interesting thing about burrows, as opposed to activity zones, is that when I press out to here, it will recognize this area. So if I assign a bunch of miners to this burrow, even though it doesn't show that it's designated as a burrow like it does here, it still will be, and the miners will continue to mine until they get to right at the end of where I designated the burrow. That's fairly handy in case you want dwarves to do that. And so, I mean, that's quite a wide space, but for the sake of this video, I'll show you how effectively this burrow thing works. So I'm going to make a new burrow, add new burrow, and I'm going to define this burrow, and I'm going to name this hallway. And I want it all black, so I wanted an all black right arrow, because I didn't do that last time. So right arrow, well, all black's invisible, so black on white. And I will enter here, and there's my thing. And now I've exited out of that screen, and now I can add citizens to this burrow. So I'll press C, and I'll add everyone to this burrow, except for the broker. Broker can keep doing whatever the hell he's doing, which is nothing. And I'll press resume. So you notice, first thing that pops up is item inaccessible, and all of my dwarves pop into here. The reason why the item is inaccessible is because the item does not appear in this burrow, and as you can see, all the dwarves have come into this burrow. Now this is really effective and really nice if you want, let's say, your carpenter dwarf to just kind of stay here, down here, in his bed, and in a kitchen, which I haven't built, but let's say the kitchen's here. Then you just designate it, and you need to designate the path as a burrow because he can't jump from one burrow to another. He'll just stay here, and then out to here as a path. As it is now, this burrow is completely worthless to me, so I'm going to delete it. So I press W, down to here, delete, and there goes the burrow. Now another thing to do, and a much quicker way to do it than just assign a bunch of dwarves, is to go to your military screen, let's say you're under siege, and do something called a citizen alert. So pressing M, I'll go to the military screen, and here I have alerts menu right here. So I'll press A, and there are two alerts that you start with: inactive, active training. These are for the squads, if you notice, but it also works for the civilians. I'm going to make a new alert, so I'm going to press C, and I'm going to call this alert through the name alert button, capital N, emergency, and that they have to hide. Now in emergency, I want them to restrict the civilians to this burrow. This is inside, this is the large burrow that I designated previously. I'll press enter. Okay? So when currently the inactive is set as the civilian alert, but let's say there's a siege, I'll go down to emergency, I'll press enter, and all my doors will be restricted to the inside burrow. So we'll watch as they're all set to emergency alert, and they all run into this area here. Except, yeah, even the broker will do it. This is really handy into saving your fort from bad things. Now I don't really want to use this burrow, so I'll press enter, or D, and it'll disappear from the alerts menu in the military screen. Now, if you haven't made a Burrows thing, or you've got a dwarf way outside who can't get into a burrow, and you know, a nice easy way to do it is to, if he's being chased by goblins, is to have previously carved out little areas like this with a nice hatch cover over it, and just, you know, quickly pause it, assign, make a burrow, define here, and that's fine. And I'm gonna, you know, the dwarf that's running around, you assign to it, and that cook, let's pretend he's out here being chased by goblins, will run into this burrow that you've assigned. Where is it? Well, hypothetically he will. And once he gets there, you can just lock it up. So that's a nice quick way of sort of protecting your dwarves that are caught outside. I wonder why he didn't do that. Oh well. But you know, there are other things you can do with burrows. Small little things like that, like you can keep a trader at the trade depot, a mayor conducting meetings, etc. And you know, keep your dwarves at their workshops, things like that. I hope this was helpful.